Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Race Spec Esports Euro Series Tier 1 Season 5, Round 4. Tonight we're headed out there to the Netherlands, to the Zandvoort circuit, of course. My name is Webbo. I'm your commentator tonight, whether people want me to be or not. And I'm just going to talk you through the current driver standings as the cars get their setups loaded for this race. I see we were a little bit late this evening, so apologies if you've been waiting for us, but we'll be underway very soon. Leading the championship are the two Alpine cars after their strong performances last week. So Armchair Bike is on 60 points and Marin is on 44. Then we've got Prime in third place on 43 points. Todd in the Williams on 22, and then we've got a pair of drivers on 17 points of Gomez and Mikulitsi. But plenty of races left to go in this season, so I'm sure the drivers will be able to recover from relatively poor starts, so long as our leading drivers don't accidentally don't extend their lead by continuing their dominance at the front. We would like to see a different winner potentially tonight after the Alpine team have been trading wins each week. Just watching the Aston Martin be aggressively lowered down on its off its jacks there. It's a little bit unusual. And we'll follow one of the cars very shortly. We've got several cars already out there. I think we've got Freedoom. So let's watch along with Freedoom as he just warms up the tyres and gets himself ready for his first attempt at a hot lap. Looking forward to this one, guys. One of the most competitive leagues that I commentate on, especially being up here in T1 for the Euro Series, and I know a lot of these drivers are challenging for some of the top times in time trial. Freedom then starting his lap off, heading down now to that bank corner of Hugenholtz, staying low. I haven't seen many drivers take the high line through Hugenholtz, and then it's foot flat to the floor, right foot at least, and very, very late downshift into the right-hander of Shivlak, getting the car into the apex of 10 quite nicely, and then through the slow 11. A little bit away from the apex there, and a short stretch down to the Hans Ernst chicane. Then we're out there through Ari Lundendijk, and the final corner. Again, staying pretty low on the banking, but 111.2 is 2/10 off the pole time so far. Who else have we got out there? I know we've got one of the Red Bulls just clearing a time. Is that Chester on a 111.206? As I said before, very, very close in the league. And what about last week's winner? Marin goes 119.1, so potentially a charge lap, and Vitod is up there on a 111.112. Alex Pato, we've lost him again in qualifying. What's going on to Alex? He's disappeared out of the session. Antovaro gets up to P7. I think the other Alpine there of Armchair Bike on a 110.5. So again, stamping his authority into provisional pole. That's right along with his teammate, who's 1.9 seconds up on his previous time. Must have made a big mistake in his first time lap, but out there nonetheless. I think we'll likely be going through here. Let's have a look at his next sector time. A purple middle, So that's going to do very nicely. Freedom set his time on the medium tyres. Now we head in through the banking. And then stretching for the line. Going to set a time lap. And it's straight up there in pole. 4/10 faster than his teammate. Purple the entire lap. So a 1:10.134 in the new handling. The new handling from the update this week, and already right on it is our Alpine drivers yet again. Let's watch with Antivallo and see what's going on. Car looking good, 6/10 under his time so far. Has to just listen to the engine, but loses the car on the way out. So this one's going to end any competitivity of this lap and wipes out a marker board. That's both Ferraris with dramas at this point. Unfortunately, Antivallo lost that lap, and his teammate has exited the session and is not happy about it in the chat. I wonder what's been going on for him. I hope he can let me know. If he's watching the stream, then do fill me and let me know what's going on with the lap. Mikulitsi then on his next lap. Gets the car nicely in through Hugenholtz, and then stretching out that throttle. Purple middle sector for Mikulitsi, so he's on it. He's competitive. His teammates in 5th place. I know we had teammates starting next to each other frequently in the previous race. So Mikulitsi then stretches out for the line. Car glitching in front of him, but P4, so beats his teammate. I'm sure he'll be happy about that in the Red Bull garage. That was a beautiful early lap, as Chester has made a mistake somewhere, and Javier is in 3rd place in the Aston Martin on a 1:10.8. So only 3 drivers under the 1:11 mark so far in the race, in the qualifying session. Antivallo went through to complete that lap because I think he hadn't completed one before. Make sure that he doesn't start right at the back where his teammate might. And then we've got Epical has had an invalidation issue, and I think it's Aiden's internet, or he's just doing some very, very glitch looking tyre warming perhaps. This isn't a fast time lap. Maybe it is. Yes, it's just glitching. So we'll stay with him as long as we can before we all get headaches, but that's the problem with people's connections. It's going to be one to watch out for. It's almost unwatchable, but Aiden, to cross the line then, goes in P2 immediately. So unfortunately, he's going to be right in the thick of it when, unless his internet stabilizes at all for the rest of this one. That's going to be a tough watch, watching Aiden in the Mercedes. Javier crosses the line. I think he's about to start his new lap. What's Antivallo doing? Is he in the pits? No. Antivallo then. 1.7 seconds faster than his previous time. Goes P10 on soft tyres. Everybody out there doing soft tyres. Update from Alex Pato. Alex unfortunately lost the car on the exit curb. How many times have we heard that? The exit curb of the final corner in Zandvoort, unfortunately. So dramas for him. He's got a job on his hands now to try and improve his position. Looks like we've lost Marin as well. Marin has retired from the session. Maybe just doesn't think he's going to go any faster. Prime's out there setting a time. Looks like a very dirty side pod of an Alfa Romeo. So I think he's been across the gravel, perhaps just track extending to avoid other drivers' hot laps. But this one is going to be riding with Prime then, all the way down in 12th right now. So he won't be familiar with that one. 12th place is not a place Prime usually starts. Usually much higher up the top of the order. Prime just very cautious on the throttle on the way out of Hugenholtz. He's got a car in an unpleasant position for him through this super fast section. Doesn't hit the apex, perhaps slight distraction from the Mercedes. Prime hooks the car up into the apex. Looks like the tyres and the setup are in good shape for him at this stage of the lap, at least. Looking for his braking point in Hugenholtz, and there it shows on the stopwatch, a purple middle sector for Prime. Short shifting on the way out. Needs to avoid drama in this final corner and that exit curb that caught out Alex. So Prime then for the line from 12th place. What's it going to be for Prime tonight? It's good enough for a 7th place, a 111.0 with a purple middle sector. I was expecting a little bit more, and generally speaking, as someone who's watched a lot of Prime's races, I was definitely expecting more than that at this stage. Javier's on the way into the pits. We've got, I think, Armchair Bike has invalidated his attempt. So who else is out there? Is that Freedom, Prime's teammate? And I think Calandru is about to set a lap. Should we ride with him and see where this one finds him? In the Haas, the only Haas on the track, P9, that's good enough for. Freedom appears to have set an invalidation on his out lap, so we'll start again. I think the track might be wrong because I haven't seen anything worthy of an invalidation. Oh, I guess he invalidated on the exit of the final corner, and that means he can't set a lap on this lap either. Mikulitsy's gone into P4. So with 5 minutes to go in the qualifying session, Marin has got a clear and distinct advantage on pole, followed by Aiden, Armchair Bike, Mikulitsy, Giroud, Javier, Todd, Prime, Calandru, and Chester is currently 10th, but may find himself further down the order as a result of improvements from the cars who have yet to break down. Antovalo is about to start his next attempt. Ride a lap with this Ferrari then through Tarzan. Undramatic through there. Turning the car nicely, taking kind of a medium line through the Hugenholtz. Shade under his time, but this isn't enough to really make a big improvement on the track. On the starting order. Heading then over the short crest and down into the final major sector of the lap. Dragging the car into the final corner. And away to the line then for Antovalo, up to P8. So a nice improvement in that final sector for Antovalo. Much better this time. I think Prime is on an outlap, so we might be able to watch with him. Epicalandra is on his way in to the into the pits, and then I think is that Giroud on a lap. It is Giroud with a small improvement so far. No, it's not going to happen this time for Giroud. So let's ride with Prime, who's 4 tenths, nearly 5 tenths under in the first sector. He needs as many tenths as he can get towards the end of this lap. Remember, he got that purple middle sector, so he just needs to copy what he did before, and try and maintain that through the final sector, because that was a really hot first sector. Let's hope his tyres don't die off on him towards the end of this lap. Always a balancing act how much you take out of the tyres in the start. Another purple middle sector, so he's extended that lead 0.472 up at the moment. This could be a big jump up the grid, potentially up near 3rd, 4th position for Prime. Everything hooked up fairly nicely, avoids the wall, heads directly to the line and straight up P2. Gained another 2 tenths in that final sector, so a P2 for Prime so far tonight, with 1 minute 46 left on the clock. Don't think there's time for him to go back round and start another lap at this point, and we know the best of the tyres will have gone. Javier's just added a small improvement, but not significant. Who else have we got out there? Is Freedom doing anything better? He's about to start his lap, so I don't think Prime is going to go back round and do another one. Freedom on the outlap. So Freedom getting the car into the apexes nicely. Nothing dramatic at the moment. We don't want dramatic in our last qualifying lap attempt. I think we've got potentially Armchair Bike just starting a lap. Freedom is 4 tenths up at the moment. Again, that will see him jump a number of extra places. Oh, big moment for Freedom. That's that lap ruined. It looked like there was a tyre sitting on the track, but I don't think it was, as I think one of the Mercedes is about to cross the line. The time is over for our drivers. This is it now. So Libnau from 13th place, taking the shortest route to the line. No big improvement from Libnau, won't start very high up at all. 13th place, I think, will be the best he can do. Mikulitsi goes P5 on a nice lap from Mikulitsi. I think he'll be happy with that one. And we'll ride with Armchair Bike, who is 8 thousandths slower through the second sector, but maybe he can stretch that and gets ahead of Prime on the final attempt. A 110.3, still 3 tenths away from his teammate. So a little bit of bragging rights in the team garage there. What is Anto Varlo up to? Anything better this time? I'm not sure whether to believe that time sector or not. Mercedes is on the exit there of turn 10. Sorry. So obviously that's where they had the issue. Anto Varlo to the line. I saw a 124, so I think that was a slow lap. We'll take you through the order very shortly as we go into our round 4 of this Race Spec Euro Series Tier 1 race. So Marin gets the pole position by a good margin, from Javier, Armchair Bike and Prime. Then we have Aiden, Mikulitsi, Giroud, Todd, Antivallo and Epicalandro will start in 10th. And then on free choice of tyres, Chester, Freedom, Libnow, and of course Alex Pato, who will start from the rear of the field tonight in 14th place. So looking good. I know we need to try and avoid contact if at all possible in the first few corners, and get the cars away safely, but I'm expecting some fireworks into Tarzan and Hugenholtz. If you're watching on the stream, let me know if you see something, or something occurs that I don't see. I'm on my own tonight, so it's always useful if I can have some assistance, extra pairs of eyes. Absolutely, very, very helpful indeed. So look, it's looking dry at the moment. I see one audience member above the pit garages with his hood on. But I don't think that means it's raining. So just looks overcast, a bit cloudy, but otherwise hopefully nice and safe. I can see the cars waiting to start their formation lap as we wait for the timer to count down. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video if you're watching and waiting for the start. We'd really appreciate it. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do. It's at WebORed5. Not only are there loads of races to watch through the week on Race Spec Esports, but you can see me on various different channels through the week as well. This season I'm everywhere and very, very busy. So Marin will take the start, and we'll hope to replicate his previous couple of races. Armchair Bike might want to get himself up onto that front row and continue the Alpine dominance, but Javier and Prime will certainly try and have something to say about that. We saw some safety cars in recent races, and I think we've all watched enough safety cars for the rest of our life this season. So if we could try and do without them, it would be wonderful tonight. I can't remember now whether the Zandvoort was one of the locations for the Aston Martin safety car, but yeah, it's still not enough of a novelty for me to want to stare at a safety car for lap after lap. So Marin from Javier, Armchair Bike, Prime Aiden, Mikulitsi, Giroud. Only Chester and Freedom in 11th and 12th have gone for medium tyres. Vitard, Antivallo, Apicalandro, Chester, Freedom, Libnow and Alex Pato will start from the back on softs as well. So looking to try and make use of the additional grip off the line, and possibly optimal strategy, soft medium, I imagine, for the drivers if they can get through the first few laps without too many dramas. Just trying to settle on a decent view for you, but it's not happening until the final car arrives. It's certainly taking its time. Not quite sure what the delay is for right now. I think Freedom saying there was a spin somewhere. I think we may have a little bit of a starting glitch potentially. Looks like Javier's car is a little bit off the starting box. We've got a green flag waving in the background. What's happening, everyone? Some people thinking maybe Alex needs to leave, but Alex is our host, so I think he's the last person that should leave. Hopefully we'll get this sorted very soon. I guess I've been quite lucky recently without too many glitches like this. I, oh dear. Okay, we lost the stream.